How many times have you seen it? A person trying to turn one penny, one single penny, into $1,000. Now, me personally, I am a big fan of these challenges. I like to watch them all the time. I even like to watch the ones that are 3 years old, in fact. But one thing kept popping up in my head every single time I watched this. They just all look too easy.
That was easy.
And I'm not trying to say the content creators were faking their challenges, because I'm sure most of them were absolutely authentic. But I just wanted to know for myself, how easy was it to turn one penny into $1,000? So this is the start of a brand new challenge series on this channel. I'm going to be seeing how long and how easy it is to make $1,000 using one single penny. Now, one of the hardest parts of this challenge is to get the startup capital in the first place. So for this first episode, I'm not really going to be using this penny at all. I'm not going to be starting any Instagram pages. I'm not going to be texting my friends for an affiliate marketing link so they can sign up. What I'm going to be doing in this video is spending the next 12 hours taking online surveys to see how much money I can make.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Now, I know that this is a little bit underwhelming to start this challenge, but I really want to explore all of the options that are available to me as far as turning one single penny into $1,000. And I believe that online surveys may be one of the best ways as far as getting your first $10 to $15, especially in a short amount of time. So, is it possible to make $10 in one day doing online surveys? Well, I guess we're about to find out. So the site that I'm going to be using to start this challenge off is called Amazon Mechanical Turk. And basically what Amazon Mechanical Turk is a website that provides you with short tasks that you can do for a small compensation. So my goal is to do enough of these tasks in order to get past $10 to $15 in about 12 hours, if it's possible, so we can continue on with the rest of this challenge. Obviously, if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to think of some kind of plan B. But for right now, this is my first option. And I have used Amazon Mechanical Turk a ton in the past. I even made a few videos on it. So I'm going to show you how much money I've made in the past using this website so you can see where I'm coming from in this sense. So if we sign in and go to my dashboard, you can see that today's activity, I have $0 and 0 track time and also 0 earnings. So I've not made any money on this account very recently. Actually, the last time I did a survey was on October 28th for about $5. So what gets interesting with this particular website, if we go to my all-time earnings, and you see that all-time earnings today, I made $916 doing surveys, and that's over about 3 to 4 years. So I don't do this a ton, but I did do it a little bit while I was in college just to get some money just to play around with. So this is the basics of this challenge. So what I'm going to do now is spend about an hour doing surveys to see how much I can make in the first hour, and then I'll check back in with you after that.
One hour later.
So it's been about an hour since I started grinding those surveys out, and in the meantime, my beautiful fiance brought me some Buffalo Wild Wings to munch on, and let me show you guys the result. So you can see right now on my MTurk dashboard that I've been doing surveys for an hour and 5 minutes. And during that time, I've made $13.94. So we can go ahead and add that to the total. Now, I know that this may seem like a lot of money just for doing surveys for 1 hour. And that's the thing that I want to explain to you as to why I like MTurk so much. So when you first get started on MTurk, especially if you haven't been doing surveys in a while, you can sort your surveys about the value from highest to lowest. And if you haven't done surveys in a while, then you always have a good bit of high paying surveys to do. And you just have to pick and choose which ones are best for you. So as I continue doing surveys today, the amount that I make per hour will go less and less because I won't have as many high paying surveys to do. So you can see right now that my hourly wage is about $12.85, which is not bad for doing surveys on the weekend. I'll probably continue doing these surveys until my hourly wage gets to about $6 or $7, and I want to get this total to at least over $20 for the day. Overall, I am really excited about how to start this challenge with. It's crazy to think that in one short hour, this one penny went to $13.95, basically, all just by having a Wi-Fi connection and really just no risk of myself being put forward into it. So another thing I want to explain about the challenge is that with MTurk, you have to wait for all the surveys to get approved. But for this particular challenge, I'm going to go ahead and assume that all of the surveys that I do are approved, so I can go ahead and add that amount to the total amount that we have to spend and play with for this challenge. If any of the surveys get rejected for any reason, I can just go ahead and subtract that, no problem, from the total amount. So what I'm going to do now is continue doing surveys for the rest of the day, and I'll check back in with you guys in about 3 to 4 hours. Okay, so it's been about 5 hours since I gave you guys that last update, and I've really only been working on this for about 40 to another hour since that update. But for the final update of day 1, my total earnings on MTurk is $23.58. And that's with a total track time of 1 hour and 40 minutes. And this includes all bonuses and everything like that. So far we submitted 16 hits on MTurk, 4 of which have been approved so far and 1 of which have been rejected for some reason or another. I think it was a little 50-cent one. I don't know why that one was rejected, but that's okay. So the important thing is that we're going into day 2 with $23.58. Now, for one day of work of doing online surveys, $23.58 is a lot of money to me. I honestly didn't think I would make this much in one day, and I may continue doing the surveys all of day 2 and maybe a little bit into day 3, just so I can get the startup capital running to push this challenge on in the future. So now the next step for me is to continue doing surveys, of course, and start looking for ways to use this $28.58. So the plan for right now is look to buy things either from friends or on Facebook Marketplace and sell them on eBay. So I definitely keep my eye out for things like that. Ideally, I want to have about $50 to play with before I get on Facebook Marketplace, so I can look at some of those small electronics so I can flip on eBay for a higher profit margin. But that's it for the update here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with the next update.
24 hours later.
So it's officially the end of day 2 for me on this challenge. It's about 8 o'clock at night right now, and I think I'm gonna call it quits for the surveys I'm doing today. And as I said earlier, once you start doing more and more surveys, the amount that you get paid just gets less and less. And I wasn't able to do a ton of surveys today because I do work a full 9-to-5 job that supplies me with the income to run this channel. But if we go in and take a look at my dashboard for today, we can see that I actually made about $10.99. Not exactly sure why my track earnings says $8.99, but I worked for a total of about an hour and 15 minutes today. As I said, I didn't really do it a very long time, and that brings our total to $34.58 in 2 days. Now, I don't exactly know what I want to do next with the challenge. The reason why I haven't gone and made any purchases to resell yet is because I really don't have enough capital to play around with, or I just want a little bit more so I can get some of those higher ticket items to flip. And I don't want to make this whole series about me doing surveys, but I do think the first episode is a good way to show how you can start off and get about $35 to $50 in just 2 days of doing surveys online. I'm almost even considering making a 5 to 10 page PDF that you guys can purchase for like $5 so you can see exactly how I make my money on MTurk. Now, before you start booing me and telling me I'm just like every other money hungry YouTuber out there, I would use every single cent from that micro course sale in order to fund even bigger and better things on this channel, such as giveaways and cool things like that in the future. So if you're interested in something like that, just let me know in the comments, because I'm sure it'll pay for itself in the first hour or 2 of you doing surveys. So just let me know if you guys are interested. Also, if I haven't mentioned this already, it will really mean a ton to me if you smash that like button, and also hit the subscribe button if you are new here, because I do try to make videos almost every week, even though I did take a brief hiatus in the last 2 months. So with that being said, I am really interested in hearing from you guys as far as what's next in this challenge. What do you guys think I should do? Should I go into trying to buy things on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace in order to resell on eBay? Should I go to Walmart clearance and try to do some retail arbitrage and see what I can sell on there? Or should I go the entirely digital route and start a Facebook or a TikTok page in order to try some drop shipping or online services to try and make an income that way? I know that there are a ton of possibilities in order to try to make $1,000 online, and I'm curious to try almost all of them, so I think that this challenge will be both fun and educational for a ton of people. But with that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be uploading a part 2, maybe not next week, because I do have some updates on the channel and some other aspects of my life that I want to tell you guys about that happened when I wasn't uploading videos for the past 8 weeks that I think will make for some really interesting videos. So I am going to try to update this series every other week, if not every week, depends on how much action or how much content I get on a week-to-week basis. Another thing that I want to point out is I do think I will be doing surveys for about 15 to 20 minutes a day, simply because that seems to be the most valuable use of my time when I first get started. After about 15 to 20 minutes, the amount of time that I'm getting paid per survey goes down pretty drastically, and at that point I think it would be better to pursue some other options. So I think that that would be a really cool way to get some recurring income coming in from this challenge with about $5 to $10 a day. But that's pretty much all I have for you in today's video, guys, and until next time, peace.